Guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, we have a review of the Western Digital Blue 500 gigabyte SSD hard drive with acclaimed speeds of up to 560 megabits per second. Now, keep in mind, up to means it has the potential. It doesn't mean it's actually going to get there, okay? Or even exceed it. But anything is possible, right? And in a lot of cases, it does depend to how close you're going to get to the speeds according to the speed of the bus of the computer you slam the sucker into. So this is a mid-level 2012 MacBook Pro, and it's had its entire life with its stock 500 gig hard drive. Even the hard drive is actually dated of October 20th, 2012. Crazy. That's actually original. Wow, nobody burned it out. But it's time for mechanicals to go. I am so sick and tired of slow booting cycles on this thing. And of course I've already upgraded to a better, slightly faster, well, okay, a lot faster drive on my MacBook Air. It's still loading the OS. It's going to be a while. We're down to 3G speeds now. It really sucks in the country at 3G. Better in town at 3G actually. But I do have a MacBook Pro 2009. I'm going to do a how to install video with it. I did one on the Air. I thought about doing it on this one. I didn't know what I was really in for because, you know, I didn't bother searching YouTube. But I also have never installed a drive on a MacBook Pro before. So, you know, it's kind of something new, and it's like, alright, well, this is pretty straightforward. You know, so maybe the 2009 will be identical, and we can just refer back to the 2009 MacBook for older MacBooks. Anyways, there are some screw pins, by the way, that will have to come off of the stock drive and get transferred to your new one. So I wanted to do this from a cold start because a lot of people wonder, you know, is it really worth going to an SSD drive, especially in an old laptop? Well, the old laptop is still actually kind of current in a sense because it runs Catalina, which is still being supported with updates, at least security updates for sure, until summer of 2022, from the last I heard on the internet. So, anyways, cold start. Let's see how fast it is, and then we'll fire up some programs, see how much quicker they load the first time and then the second time, loading the same programs. Because second time around is always quicker anyway. But your programs are going to run faster and smoother with an SSD as opposed to mechanical, and boot process, as you can see, is like super quick. So that's really nice. It's like you don't even really get a chance to get out of your chair and go do something, you know, which is what you want. You want to get things done now, right? Alright, so let's fire up GarageBand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so 5.5 we'll call it. Not bad. Pretty quick. Nice. Indexing the Apple Loops library. First time indexing it since the install. So I used a program called Carbon Copy Cloner, and it's a wonderful program. You can buy it, but even with the free download, you do have a trial version of it, which is fully functional. So, you know, you're wanting to just, you know, carbon copy your drive and, you know, save yourself all those uploads and downloads and stuff, and, you know, away you go. It's a pretty nice program. It's actually the best program I found so far. So, for loading up over 5,141 files for the first time since the clone, that's actually pretty impressive. Alright, so, let's, don't save. So let's go to iMovie. 3, 4, not bad, 4. Ready to rock. Motorbike, one of my favorite games. This one's usually really slow to load on a mechanical drive. Ooh, he got hurt. Okay, let's go backwards. 1, boom. Pretty quick. Oh, I didn't quite get it. Ah, this is a hard one, actually. Oh, I almost had it. Almost. Okay. iMovie. 2 bounce. GarageBand. Nice. So, runs really, really good. Really fast. Now, as far as the drive goes, drive speeds. 5 gigabyte load. Now the box doesn't talk about write speeds. There's probably write speeds online somewhere. I'd have to look them up. But I'm more concerned about the reading speeds, how well it does. Okay, let's try a 1 gig load. This is a stress test is what it is. So that's a little interesting. Five gig load again. Okay, so as far as, you know, where its speeds are sitting, the reality is reality, right? It's sometimes it can actually get up into the 5s, very minimal 5s. It just depends on the load you're putting it under and, you know, how warm the drive is, etc. You will see fluctuations no matter what. But it's not going to get 560 on this computer. It may not get 560 on any computer. The point of the drive is that it can get up to. So it has the capability. And that depends upon how much RAM is your computer for what you're doing. It depends on how fast the bus is you're connected to with that SATA interface. How it's going to respond as well. You know, horsepower of your machine, you know, it means a lot. And for an old 2012 dog, that's pretty impressive rates. Even under the 5 gig load, that's a pretty heavy load to put a drive under for stress. And it did really well. You know, just by sitting here for a minute and yakking, we can fire it back up again and we'll see if there's any real changes. You know, because things can change as your drive warms up too, etc. See, now we're pushing 469 on the read. The write speeds will always be slower than the read speeds anyways on any SSD. You know, see, we're climbing up to that 500. We're getting there. 484.9. You know, and that was under 5G load. So let's go back to the 1 gigabyte load. Try it again. See, now we're pushing 505.5. Now this program also is going through the loads based on your NTSC and PAL for your 720p right on up. See how well the drive is going to perform for you. And it has your 3 different main profiles. ProRes 422 HQ, Cinema DNG RAW 10-bit YUV 422 kind of deal. It's going to tell you in each resolution what the drive can really pull off at the same time. So, you know, for the load we're putting it under, I think it's pretty impressive. You know, it does a really nice job. So is it worth the 68 bucks? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Star rating, what does it actually deserve? I would definitely put this thing at an easy 4.5 out of 5. Western Digital has been around for like ever, literally forever. Now, they didn't always make the world's best drives at one time, but hey, whoever did. I mean, Sony did probably one of the worst jobs for hard drives at one time. They used to have all kinds of stiction problems and, you know, smack it with a hammer and it'd straighten out for a week, you know. I mean, literally, we did do that. That's my buddy James. It's like, here, I'll fix it. You know, see you in a week. Next time, just do it yourself. I mean, Sony drives really sucked. But that's back in the days, right? So anyway, if you get a chance, you want one of these things, I would recommend it. I think it's going to be a fantastic drive. It's a great upgrade from a standard mechanical drive, which, you know, 5,400 RPM sucks. You know, having platters in there, parts that can wear and tear, it really sucks. They're very slow. You know, SSDs, they rule in my world. But not all SSDs are great either. So really check out Amazon reviews a lot too. See what they say. If you're going to go for Amazon, check out other YouTube videos with this drive. See what they think. Opinions are definitely going to vary, that's for sure. But I thought I'd take a chance because I've never had a Western Digital SSD before. And I thought, well, you know what? For 68 bucks for half a terabyte, I think that's alright, and I don't need more than a half a terabyte in this sucker anyways. So, anyway, that's all I got for you on this one. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to show you actually how to take apart the 2009 MacBook Pro 17-inch, and we're going to put an SSD in that one today as well. And now my copying is all done. I can actually go and format that one and get it prepped and ready to go. So, stay tuned.